Local 3's coverage of the BlueCross Bowl Football Championship is brought to you by Warren & Griffin, your local 5-star law firm.
Well, on the topic of traffic, I'll tell you what's going on, causing traffic out there on 20th Street and Market and Reggie White Boulevard. All that traffic is about the BlueCross Bowl at Finley Stadium. Two of the teams are from right here in Chattanooga. Yes, they've been there before. Baylor and McCallie, meeting for a state title for a second straight year. Ben Bobick and Samantha Cassano on the field, of course, to talk about the Big Blue and their quest to go back-to-back. How about it, Ben and Samantha?
Yeah, that's right, David. Ben Bobick here, Samantha Cassano, and guess what? We're not cold yet. We're ready for the game of the century, part 2. And you know what? It's funny because we're about to start talking about McCallie here while Baylor is to our right. And they're throwing the eyes at us, trying to intimidate us as we're talking about their opponents tonight. But when you think about McCallie and Baylor, you think about that first game, October 4th. Didn't go Big Blue's way. But ever since that game, they've been on a roll, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, that was a rare blowout. Usually the games between Baylor and McCallie are so close. Those 44 points that McCallie allowed, the most ever in a game between the two of them, but they've been riding a 5-game win streak, averaging 39 points a game, so they've really picked it up. I think something that really sticks out is their game against Ensworth in the semifinals was probably one of their best games to date this season. They ended the Tigers' undefeated season, so they're on a roll right now, but they're going to have to play a clean brand of football tonight.
Yeah, that's the truth. And clean brand is the right word to say, or right term to say, because it's all about turnovers and limiting explosive plays and stuff. But I'm glad you mentioned that Ensworth game, because they didn't just beat Ensworth. They blew them out on the road. And I think if we see that McCallie team tonight, it may be another state championship McCallie team, depending on how the game plays out.
Yeah, they took advantage of a Tigers team that had allowed so few points. I think they'd only given up 5 touchdowns per season. McCallie ends 31, so absolutely, if they do that, they can certainly win their 5th Gold Bowl in the last 6 years.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And I know we spoke to McCallie here this week as well, and it was a little bit about that. It was a little bit about that last game and how they've gotten better, it seems, as it come on from there.
Yeah, they allowed 3 turnovers in the first half. That game really got out of hand quickly, so they cannot afford to do that this time around with so much more even on the line.
We dealt with adversity when we played them, and we've gotten a lot better each week. And I think we just really prepared ourselves for the moment that we're about to encounter.
The only thing you can do as a competitor is come from that game and be like, okay, what can we do to get better? What can we learn from? And so definitely not the way we want to start. Anytime you turn the ball over against a team, against a good team, it's going to cost you.
And then going back to that Ensworth game, we failed to note that former NFL quarterback Tim Hasselbeck is the head coach of the Tigers now. His son is the quarterback, and McCallie was still able to blow him out. But we heard at 4 o'clock head coach Joe Bradford say it's all about just getting better each week. McCallie seemingly doing so, but tonight obviously a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting seeing how they responded. Obviously, that 44-12 loss was such a shock for them, but they've been playing so much better as of late. If they play like that, they certainly have a chance in this game.
No doubt, and Baylor would like to play like they did on October 4th. Obviously, we're going to talk all about the Red Raiders coming up at 5:30, but for Samantha Cassano, I'm Ben Bobick, live from Finley Stadium, Local 3 Sports.